my honest Dragon Ball Legends experience. When I first downloaded Dragon Ball Legends, I was actually excited. I had been watching YouTubers play this game, and honestly, they made it look so fun. The battles looked amazing, the characters looked powerful, the animations were crazy, and I thought to myself, yeah, I definitely want to play this game. So I downloaded it, and I started playing, then I played some more, and I kept playing. At first, I was having a great time, but eventually, I started realizing something. This game was going to take a lot more from me than I expected. And I'm not talking about just time. I'm talking about resources, grinding, characters, PvP, and especially the feeling that you always have to keep up. I kept pushing forward because I actually wanted to get better. But honestly, sometimes I think it would have been easier just to buy a game like Sparking Zero and enjoy Dragon Ball that way. Because Dragon Ball Legends can be stressful. And this is just my personal opinion. Sometimes it feels like you can't really enjoy this game unless you have money to spend. Or you're a YouTuber who is constantly making content from it. Because if you're just an average free-to-play player like me, you can start feeling like you're always trying to catch up. And that's the part that gets tiring. I'm not saying nobody can enjoy Legends as a free-to-play player. Obviously, people can, but for me personally, it started becoming more stressful than fun. And I think a lot of free-to-play players can understand that feeling. But here's the funny thing. Even after all that, I kept playing. Why? The characters. That's the biggest reason for me. Dragon Ball has so many amazing characters, and whenever a new character comes out, it's hard not to get interested. You see the animations. You see the special moves. You see people using the character. And suddenly you're thinking, I need that character, and that's where the cycle starts again. You save, you summon, you hope, and sometimes, you get absolutely destroyed by the summon system. But you still come back because there's another character you want. And I think that's one of the biggest things keeping me interested in Legends. The characters are awesome. The problem is everything surrounding them can become exhausting. And then we get to PvP. The other day, I was playing PvP because I wanted to make content for this channel. I wasn't just playing for fun. I wanted to create something. So I started playing, and then I encountered someone using one of the newest units. And obviously, I lost. Now, before anyone says, get better. I'm not saying skill doesn't matter. Skill absolutely matters in Dragon Ball Legends. But there are situations where you can feel like you're fighting an uphill battle. Especially when you're facing someone with newer or much stronger characters while you're trying to work with what you have. And that's when I started thinking, when money and experience come into the same fight, how fair does it really feel? Because if this game was purely about skill, that would be different. I'd be completely fine with losing because someone was simply better than me. But when characters and resources can make such a huge difference, it becomes frustrating, and that's just how I personally feel about it. And here's something I've been thinking about. How much can skill really do when the game is constantly introducing new characters and mechanics? You can practice, you can learn combos, you can learn how different characters work, you can improve your timing, and you should, but sometimes you can still run into a situation where the opponent simply has an advantage because of the characters they're using. And that's where I get tired. Because I don't want every video to be, here's another PvP match. Here's another PvP match. Here's another PvP match. Over and over again. Eventually, it starts feeling like the same thing. And that's not what I want this channel to become. So that's why I'm making this video. I'm not making this video because I hate Dragon Ball Legends. I'm making it because I want to give my personal opinion. This is my experience with the game. Maybe you completely disagree with me. And that's fine. Maybe you love Legends. Maybe you've been playing for years and you think the game is amazing. That's completely okay. I'm just saying how I feel as a player who doesn't want to constantly spend money just to keep up. And honestly, it gets tough. I don't have a microphone either. I'm using a voice app for my commentary. So bear with me. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out how to make these videos better. But I want to keep creating. And that's actually the bigger point of this video. I don't want this channel to be only about Dragon Ball Legends. I'm going to try making content with this game. If people watch it, great, I'll keep making it. But if people don't watch it, I'm not going to completely drop myself into Dragon Ball content. I'm going to play other games too. I want this channel to have different stories, different characters, different worlds, Different types of games. I want to be able to play something new and actually enjoy making the video. Not feel like I have to play endless PvP battles just because that's what everyone else is doing. I also want to start doing challenges as the channel grows. Maybe I'll try difficult challenges. Maybe I'll play games I've never played before. Maybe I'll create videos around characters and their stories. Maybe I'll find some hidden games that nobody is talking about. I want this channel to be fun. Because at the end of the day, that's why I started playing games in the first place. To have fun, not to feel stressed every time I open the game. Dragon Ball Legends gave me some great experiences. But I'm just tired of doing the same thing over and over again. And I think it's time to spice things up a little. So, is Dragon Ball Legends a bad game? I'm not going to say that. There are a lot of things I enjoy about it. The characters are awesome, the battles can be exciting. And when you actually get a character you've been saving for, that feeling is amazing. But as a free-to-play player, there are times when the game can feel exhausting. And that's my honest experience. If you have money to spend, great. If you have a steady job and you enjoy spending money on the game, that's your choice. If you're a free-to-play player, that's your choice too. And if you decide that you'd rather buy a Dragon Ball game on PlayStation and just enjoy the game without constantly worrying about summons and PvP. Honestly, I can understand that too. That's just my opinion. Anyway, that's my Dragon Ball Legends experience so far. I'm going to keep trying to make content with this game. But I'm also going to explore other games. I want this channel to be about gaming, stories, characters, challenges, and just having fun. So if you're interested in seeing where this channel goes, consider subscribing. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And let me know in the comments. Are you a free-to-play Dragon Ball Legends player? And if you are, do you feel the same way I do? Or do you think I'm completely wrong? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
On the fame, cancel what you, I'm your idol. Thank you for the pain, cause it got me going viral. Yeah, now you're the fever, making you a believer. Now that we